Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and today is Sunday, May the 15th, which means it is time for my weekly goals and TBR. So today is going to be a little different. My TBR is going to be for a readathon that is happening this week, starting tomorrow and going through next Sunday, I believe, the 16th through the 22nd. And it is the Mental Health Awareness Readathon because May is Mental Health Month in America. And the color for mental health awareness is green, which is why I've got my awesome hair chalk going on. It's the first time I've used it, and I actually think it looks pretty good on the little blonde spots. Not too bad. Anyway, so I will do that in just a minute. But first, I'm going to give you my goals for things that are non-book related. First of all, this time I swear it's gonna happen. I'm gonna write something. Really, this makes like a week and a half since I've written anything other than a blog post, at least 3 weeks since I've written more than a paragraph or two at a time. I'm dying, but I'm just not getting there. I'm looking at the stuff I've got going on and I'm not coming up with any new scenes. I'm not coming up with anything extra, and I deleted some of it and rewrote it and came out with just about exactly what I wrote the first time. So I know that that's where I need it to go. I'm just having a problem pushing it further than that. I also need to come up with what I'm writing for the hashtag hot and sticky summer writing challenge from Stripped Cover Lit, and I will do my announcement video and all that will be up sometime today or tomorrow. Um, but if you have any ideas for things I should write, or if you're someone that has been kind of keeping up with the way we were, which I don't know why you would be, but if you are and you have ideas, let me know down below. That would be great. Okay, other than that, I have some ceramic houses that I need to paint for my mother. They're putting shelves up around. I've told you we live in an old church building, and in the auditorium, they're switching out the lights for these really cool lantern looking things and putting shelves up around the wall. And mom's putting our village of ceramic houses that I've painted throughout my life up on those. And she found 4 unpainted and 1 not completed house that she wanted me to finish. So I've got to get those done this week. On Thursday is the final day of school for our local junior high and all of our local schools. And I plan to go to the talent show and cheer on my students there. So I have a goal to be there. And then I can either stay here Thursday night and go to the 8th grade graduation and then get up early in the morning and drive down to Texas to watch my kids that I student taught graduate high school. I'm not sure how that happened, but they're graduating high school. Or I can skip the 8th grade graduation and go down to Texas on Thursday night. But either way, I'm going to be MIA for a couple of days while I go and watch my babies graduate. So I have a lot to do, packing and all of that stuff that I have to get done this week as well. And in the middle of all that are 2 readathons. The first, the mental health awareness, I will do the TBR for in just a second. The second is middle grade May, which begins on the 21st and goes through the following week. And one of my books for this TBR will be on the other one, and I'll talk about all that in just a second. So let's get started with the mental health awareness TBR. The first challenge for it is to read a book that has green on the cover. Like I said, green is the color for mental health awareness. And for that, I have chosen Seraphina and the Black Cloak, which is a middle grade book. I'm going to start this at the end of the readathon and include it for both middle grade May and mental health awareness. So that is a little bit of a cheat, but that's fine. And I love it. It's got green right there. I don't know much about this book other than it's a middle grade book, and it's kind of a magical realism or fantasy book. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I was told to kind of go into it blind, and so that is what I am doing. one of the other challenges is to read a nonfiction book about mental health. And so I'm going to do a reread of my Freud book. This discusses his own mental health issues and his advances in psychoanalysis and how he kind of helped create that. And the cover is also green, kind of. So that's good time. One of the other challenges is to read a book written by somebody with mental health issues. And I am currently reading The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, Maggie Stiefvater has confessed that when she was a child, she was diagnosed as having severe anxiety, and she has kind of channeled that through her writing and through her other sports like her race car driving and her art and her music. She used to do competitive bagpiping. And so all of that kind of channeled her extreme anxiety and her issues with being around other people, etc. But she does still have mild depression and severe anxiety issues that she channels through all of this other stuff that she does. Part of the reason she does the activities that she participates in are because they help her channel those. So I am going to use her. Basically, I want to be able to read this. I could also read this because of another challenge, which is to read a book with a main character that has some sort of mental health issue. And though it does not ever come out and identify what their mental health issues are, at least two or three of the main characters in this book have mental health issues. Adam has been abused. Ronan has lost his father and is a magical dream creature. His mother is only alive because she's in Cabe's water. I mean, sorry, spoilers, guys, but yeah, definitely have some mental health issues going on in the book and with the author. And then one of the other um, challenges is to read one that has, like I said, a main character with mental illness. Instead of using The Raven King for both of those, I need to finish Fever City. I'm about a third of the way through this by Tim Baker. I've spoken about this book before. Um, it's a fabulous book. It's really well written, and one of the main characters has PTSD. There's also a lot of talk about JFK and Marilyn Monroe because it's dealing with a lot of the conspiracy theories. And so Marilyn had depression and some mental health issues. One of the main characters has PTSD. Another main character has like a God complex, and that's definitely a mental health issue. There are a lot of characters in there that have mental health issues. So there you go. And those are all my books. There is another challenge for this readathon, and that is to read a book dealing with a mental health issue that you don't know a lot about. The only problem is all of my books dealing with mental health issues that are nonfiction or really ones I don't really know about, I've read them already. So when I go to the library to pick up my last couple of reads for middle grade May, sometime in the middle of the week, I'm going to look and see if I can find a short biography, memoir, something that discusses like anorexia or bulimia or I possibly dissociative identity disorder. I would love to know more about that. Acacia talks about it a lot, and I would love to be able to understand a little bit more without having to keep asking her all the prying questions. I love you, Acacia. I don't want to keep doing that to you. So maybe I can find something that will be an interesting short read to let me understand one of those a little bit more. But that is my TBR, and those are my goals for the week. If you are doing the MHA read along, readathon, or if you participate in middle grade May, or if you have goals and want to talk about what you're reading for the week, leave me a message down below. Let's chat it out. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys later. Bye.